I also saw on your webpage that you are practicing herbal medicine, or it's even one of the complementary techniques. And I wanted to ask you your thoughts on this, because medicine, like nowadays, the pharmacological medicine, many drugs are actually derived from herbal extracts, and so it both kind of works on molecular level, like targeting certain molecules, and even when the drugs are prepared from the herbs, there is it's like easier to control the right dosage. And how do you think it's so beneficial to practice herbal medicine and to as you do it?
Yeah, it's an excellent question, because I think both help. So it's first of all, I would like to be clear that we don't refuse pharmacological techniques. However, just imagine that the resources for herbal medicine are limited. It's not we can't limitlessly collect medicinal plants. Whether the resources for artificial drugs are limitless, and this is the pitfall, because when it is not limited, it can be abused, and overused. And I think, first of all, when there is the resources for herbal medicine, there is a limit. It protects against abuse or overuse. So this is one thing. Another thing is that, the plants are also living forms. And we as humans, we have a lot in common with animals and plants as living forms. So we all comprise DNA, and we all emanate kind of electromagnetic field. And this is another thing which is still needs to be better maybe explained on the scientific level. But what is evident, that there is also kind of interaction on this subtle, non-chemical level. There should be some transmission of the information between plant and human being on this subtle, let's tell, physical or energetical level. And by the way, this is the principle, for example, of the flower, like the Bach's flower essences, or even of homeopathy. So it does mean that the plant comprises some information, and view the fact that the plant, as well as we humans, is a living form. And when we interact, it does mean that the information we accept, we accept this information, and it can trigger some mechanisms, some desired mechanisms. I will give you a concrete example. Usually, the most benefit we take from herbal medicine is reinforcement of the immune system. Why? Because also the same for us, the plants too, they need their immune system to protect them against all the adverse stimuli. So by within the herbal medicine, we take benefits of the immune system of the herbs. So we take the information of the self-protection, and this information of the self-protection triggers the self-protecting and self-healing mechanisms in our body. And this is like the supplementary aspect. As you told, of course, the adversity of herbal medicine is that we can't dose precisely the chemical substances. But this is why I like to explain that it doesn't consider only the chemical compounds, but there is something more. So from my point of view, the best way is the combination, and be very really aware not to overuse the drugs, because the drugs, due to their limitless availability, are very likely to be overused.
I just don't understand, like, in what way it could be overused.
You don't think that the people in Czech Republic, they eat a little bit more drugs than needed? You
So
have
they
not
should-
this.
They should eat
Eat.
more plants.
No.
Instead of drugs?
No. The question is, do we really need to this quantity of drugs we take? It does not mean, okay, I don't want to take this medicament. Do you have any help? But better is to ask, do I really need this amount of medicaments I take?
But these people who take the medicaments, when they decide, maybe when, for example, me, when I can imagine I have some medical condition, I am taking some medicaments, and yes, I have some thoughts like, should I really take this, or is there maybe any alternative? So I would like to ask you if you have some case where we can see an
For
example
example,
where you can
cold.
already decide.
For example, cold,
Cold.
common cold.
Yes.
Cold, just the first mild symptoms of common cold. It always depends also on the mindset of the patients. There are patients which would never consider any alternative to the drugs, which are used to take, well, the first symptoms of cold, they immediately take some paracetamol, and then even they like to take antibiotics as soon as possible. So, okay, this is what I always consider the mindset of the patients. But in case of people who are reluctant to take the drugs, of course, then for me it's a perfect example, because there are so many plants, herbs. Because from cold you like to enhance function of your immune system, and most of the herbs, medical plants, they have it. So from sorge, even lavender, rosemary, mint, thyme, honey, propolis, lemon, eucalypt, whatever. Every nation has something. So this is the typical example, is just the first step when you like to strengthen your immune system.
Okay, nice.